you were doing 100,000, now the following year you are doing 150, then 200. So if you say, give me 300 because my turnover now has grown from 50 to 200, he will believe you. Go for the ones that you can manage and grow it gradually. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Seth, just to summarize, so what I heard you say is you need good governance, and I think that's something that keeps coming up over and over. You need to make sure that you have roots that go very deep before you start thinking about expanding, but more so, you also need to communicate honestly, have a trustworthy brand. Don't go and overpromise when you know that you cannot deliver. And so I come back to Nana and on the Kasapreko case, and we would like a very practical view to see that looking back on your own journey, your expansion journey as Kasapreko, what were some of the most difficult mistakes or miscalculations that you encountered when scaling into new markets?
Thanks, I think that my AGI brother has touched on some of them. Capacity constraints, so you see the opportunity, but how big is the opportunity? So immediately you want to step into the opportunity, then you realize that I don't have the capacity to meet that opportunity. So whilst identifying the opportunity, the challenge is your capacity. So you need to work towards it. So that is one of the key things that will hinder your progress. Now the next thing is about funding. You know, when I was presenting, I indicated that after COVID, we had to change our supply chain model by moving from a 3-month cycle to 6 months, meaning that we are now going to lock up funds in raw materials. What else do you have to now run the business? So you have the opportunity to expand, but you don't have money to run that because cash flow is not there. Take a typical Ghanaian distributor. You give them the product, you go there, the person is in the office, oh, can't you almost even know? So getting even your money back then becomes difficult. So cash flow is one of the issues. And if you remember, I think last year or so, we went into the bond market to secure at least funds to help us run quicker. And I know that this year we will also come into the equity market to get at least partners to support us to move forward. So these two are key. Aside that, I mentioned competition earlier on. Once you are taking that step, you dream today, somebody is also dreaming. Because we are all wearing the same lens, looking at the same market. So once I think that water is an opportunity because we are spoiling our water bodies, so very soon there will not be any water to drink except bottled water. Somebody has also talked about it. So you bring that product today, the next day, theirs is out. So it shrinks the opportunity. So how do you beat that person? Probably by way of your packaging, your communication, the meeting the consumer at their various start points could be a game changer. So basically, these are some of the few things that I want to mention. The rest, I don't want to say it here. People are stealing our strategy. All right, thanks.
And while we are on you, you did mention your strategy as you were going through your presentation, and you talked about some key investments that you did, and using the backdrop of financing and all of that. I was quite intrigued. How did you? I'm sure yes, you got financing, but how did you navigate it? Because it looked like you did all of that, overnight.
So at that time, most of the financing was external, not internal. So you would have to now get a facility from, let's say, Germany or United States, and it comes at a price. And I can bet you we are still paying the price. But thankfully, now in Ghana, you have more of the banks approaching us because they've seen that we are on the right trajectory, so they want to be part of the success story. And the bond market has helped greatly last year, and we expect that now going into the equity market, we'll be able to garner more funds to support the business growth agenda.